Hi guys, this is Klazart with an audio commentary, and this time I'm commentating on Game 5, the finale of the semi-finals of the Avalon MSL 2009, the 17th MSL between Iris and Kwanro. Game 5 on Byzantium, or Byzantium if you prefer, although they were the Byzantines. Iris in yellow at the 1 o'clock position, Kwanro at the 11 o'clock position. It looked like initially in red. And Iris, I've got to think, what's going through his head right now? What is he thinking? He had the lead, he had a chance, he needed 1 out of 3 games to slip away, 2 are gone. This is his last chance at making the finals of the MSL this season. And I think he would be bitterly disappointed if he didn't make the finals and at least win a trophy this season, considering that this has been his strongest season thus far, making it to the finals of the Intel Classic, but unfortunately falling short to Flash there. So he's really going to want to win here and prove his point. Kwanro, on the other hand, has to be commended on the way that he's come back in this series, being 2-0 down, being right up against it, having to win every single game he's won. He's won under pressure, he's managed to adapt his playstyle and improve, and you feel that the momentum is with Kwanro right now, and that it's all Iris to do, and that often happens in sport. And again, that's another way in which StarCraft, to me, mirrors real-life sport, where momentum can be such a huge thing, where even though theoretically you can be behind, once you score that first goal or get that point back on the board, you can feel the momentum shift coming, and you can feel the players starting to emerge back again out of their shell, out of their cocoon, and really starting to blossom. And that happens in StarCraft so often in a best-of-5 series. We've seen it time and time again. And Iris would loathe. He's lost so many big best-of-5 series in his day. He's won a few as well, but he's lost so many big ones. That epic one against Savior, against GG Play in the OSL finals. I'm not sure which OSL it was, but I think it was one of the Dom ones. But against GG Play in the OSL finals, this is another epic. I mean, he was involved in the best-of-5 against Byz3, which obviously he came out on top in, and I think he would like to come out on top in this one, but unfortunately for Iris, he doesn't seem to have a lot of easy wins in these big matchups. He doesn't seem to have a lot of easy 3-0s on the big stage, and well, I suppose that's how it should be. I mean, top level StarCraft is very competitive, and either player, it just goes to show that either of these two players is deserving of being in the finals, even though I would be more supporting Iris. It looks like Kwanro's gone for an overpool build here, but he is mining gas straight away, so we might be seeing some speedlings from Kwanro. Iris has gone for a pretty standard build, but I think he should be able to cope with it, even though Kwanro is scouted in the right direction. Unfortunately for Iris, he's scouted in the wrong direction, so he's going to be that little bit slower reacting to those Zerglings. And this is the coin toss that we're talking about in StarCraft. This is the luck factor. Some of you guys said previously the coin toss doesn't have a huge effect. It varies from sport to sport. In a lot of sports, the coin toss is absolutely huge. Cricket being one, which is a huge favorite of mine. Kwanro, though, is sending those Zerglings initially in the wrong direction, unfortunately for him as well, because his Overlord hadn't reached in time. Now he's seeing that SCV, he's going to continue sending the Zerglings there, and now he's going to spot Iris's base and turn those Zerglings around. Remember, Iris only with the 1 Marine. Kwanro's seeing the 2 Zerglings. He's putting the second racks out, immediately doing a couple of SCVs to block his ramp. He's got a couple of Marines and a couple of SCVs there, so he should be able to hold this defense, bringing more SCVs out as well. So that little diversion from Kwanro, so I guess that nullifies the coin toss there. In this game, it's not going to be that significant, because I think Iris has got enough SCVs there in front of his Marines to really block those Zerglings out and hold his defense. And it looked like he was starting his second racks there actually for a moment, but I'm not 100% sure about that. Kwanro coming in, he's got about 8 Zerglings there. He's going to try and break through. He's going to kill 1 SCV. There's still 3 SCVs in front. 2 SCVs going on, 3 SCVs going on. Kwanro is through with the Zerglings. The Zerglings are not through upon the Marines. 1 Marine dies. The second Marine's going to die as well, and the 3rd Marine. Kwanro, though, with only the 2 Zerglings surviving. Iris is building that second barracks, but crucially, Kwanro is going to see that Iris is building that second barracks, and Kwanro looks like he's going to snipe yet another Marine. He's got 3 more Zerglings coming in there, and Iris is struggling to defend this. He's forced to take a lot of SCVs off the line, and that's going to put him a little bit behind in this game. Kwanro continues to pump the Zerglings. He's got 4 Zerglings in there. 1 Zergling gets trapped, but Kwanro managed to squeeze it out from between the SCVs. Iris has now got another Marine out with a wall of SCVs in front of him. Kwanro continues to search for SCVs to hammer away at. Iris, meanwhile, building that academy up. He's now got the 2 racks out, so you feel that he should be able to hold this defense. Kwanro continues to commit with the Zerglings. I think he's taken his natural expo meanwhile as well. Iris has managed to get a drone kill on Kwanro, however, and that's not something Kwanro can afford, but Kwanro has taken that SCV finally down. That was in his base. Iris' initial scouting SCV now once again finding his way in through those group of SCVs to try and pick off a Marine. He managed to kill another Marine and another. Iris has continued to lose the Marines as they pop, even though he's producing from 2 racks. Iris really needs to try and keep those Marines alive, but Kwanro has continued to kill every single Marine that Iris has produced. Kwanro, meanwhile, taking to lair as well, continuing to hammer with those SCVs, harassing Iris' economy. Iris' economy taking a lot of pounding, and now he's also losing those SCVs on those gas. He doesn't need a lot of gas, he just needs to get a couple of medics out, and then he'll be okay, but he needs to have Marines out for those medics to really be effective. Finally, Iris looks like he's managed to able to defend and hold 1 Marine and keep him alive. Kwanro with 3 Zerglings more streaming in, but every time Kwanro gets those Zerglings, he gets them in. Now the Firebats are out, 2 Firebats out, and you feel that Iris should be able to stem the bleeding here with those fire bats, with the support of those SCVs standing in front of them, and now he should be able to get a couple of medics out as well, or actually he only really needs one medic at this point in time. But Kwanro still doing a good job of harassing with those Zerglings. He's continued to persist with those speed upgraded Zerglings on Iris's base, and he's done a great job of them. More Zerglings continue to come in from Kwanro. Remember, he's producing from the 2 hatcheries, so he's able to produce at a good rate. And once that lair kicks in, Iris is going to struggle to defend. He's got no anti-air to speak of. He doesn't look like anywhere near getting that engineering made down. Remember, his economy is taking a significant hit as well. And yeah, Kwanro with the spire starting up, that is the natural follow-up in the situation. And unless Iris does something drastically here, he's gonna be in trouble. He needs to clear those Zerglings out and find a way of pushing against Kwanro, because Kwanro will not have enough to hold his defense if Iris can do that and get those Mutalisks out as well. But the longer this goes on, the longer Kwanro can keep Iris busy, Iris is going to really struggle in this game. Iris now is going to get another Marine picked up, and the critical thing here is that Iris has got 4 fire bats. He's got a lot of fire bats in there. Remember, those fire bats cannot shoot in the air. They can't do anything against the Spire and against the Mutalisks that will be coming. The Spire now halfway complete, edging closer and closer towards a victory for Kwanro, I would feel. Of course, the game's still in the balance. Iris could still take this game here, but I feel like Kwanro is just starting to edge ahead right now, keeping the pressure up on Iris. Iris has now got that medic out. He's got that group of medic and marines, and he really needs to push out. But of course, he doesn't want to leave his base vulnerable at the same time. He doesn't have enough units. I think he just, of course, needs a couple of firebats. He's got a lot of firebats. He just needs a couple to hold that ramp while he pushes out. He has to know that Kwanro has been expending a lot of units on Zerglings. The question is whether or not he anticipates the Mutalisk follow-up from Kwanro, because Kwanro did continue to pump those Zerglings out. But Kwanro, I have to say, and Kwanro has got a couple of creep colonies on, so even if Iris went for the counter, he wouldn't really be able to affect anything. And I feel Iris, with no engineering made down, no sign of any turrets, is going to really, and a very small group of medic and marines, and a force consisting primarily, well, not primarily, but at least half of firebats, is really going to struggle to hold here. And not only that, but he's pushing out. So Kwanro playing the perfect game right now. He's really anticipating everything that Iris is doing right. And now the Spire is up, but Kwanro doesn't have the resources to produce 6 Mutalisks on the go. So his Mutalisks are going to be a little bit slower in coming up. And he managed to sneak 3 Zerglings through. He's going to snipe a couple of the marines that are on that ramp, and that's critical, because Iris, every marine he loses is really precious here, because he doesn't have those turrets. He needs every last marine to hold his defense, and now Kwanro looks like he's going to pick another SCV off as well with those 3 Zerglings. Iris continue to push towards Kwanro's natural expert, where Kwanro has got 4 creep colonies down, 3 of them morphing into Sunkens.